They broke the wrong empath. That's the title of this video. The miscalculation. They thought you were soft. They thought your kindness meant weakness. They saw your patience, your forgiveness, your ability to understand, and mistook it for something they could exploit. That was their first mistake. Because what they didn't realize is this: empaths are not weak. They are restrained power. You gave chances not because you were naive, but because you believed in growth. You stayed not because you couldn't live, but because you valued connection. You loved deeply, not because you lacked boundaries, but because you saw the good in people, even when it was buried. But they pushed too far, and when an empath reaches their limit, something shifts permanently. The depth they never understood. An empath doesn't just feel, they absorb. They read silences. They interpret energy and sense intentions long before words are spoken. You saw the red flags early. You felt the inconsistency. You noticed the subtle disrespect. But you chose grace. You chose to communicate. You chose to forgive. You chose to hope. And hope in the wrong hands becomes a weapon against you. They fed off your understanding. They relied on your empathy to excuse their behavior. They leaned on your kindness as a shield against accountability. But every empath has a threshold, and once crossed, there is no going back. There is always a moment when the empath realizes this is not love, this is harm. It might come after betrayal, after repeated lies, after emotional exhaustion, after giving everything and receiving emptiness in return. It is not loud, it is not dramatic, it is quiet. A calm, chilling clarity. And in that moment, something inside you shuts off. Not your heart, but your access. You don't argue anymore. You don't chase anymore. You don't explain yourself anymore. You simply withdraw. When an empath stops reacting, it confuses people because they are used to your warmth, your effort, your emotional availability. Now they silence, not out of spite, but out of self-preservation. You no longer feel the need to prove your worth. You no longer feel responsible for fixing what you didn't break. Your silence becomes your boundary, and that silence, it speaks louder than anything you ever said. The moment you detach, everything changes. They start noticing your absence. They feel the emotional withdrawal. They realize the energy they took for granted is no longer there. And suddenly they want to talk. They want to fix things. They want to reconnect. But now it's different because you see clearly. You are no longer responding from emotion. You are responding from awareness. And awareness is power. People who exploit empaths rely on one thing: predictability. They expect you to forgive, to understand, to stay. But when you don't, when you break that pattern, it shakes them. They lose control. They may try to apologize suddenly. They may try to love bomb you. They may try to play the victim. They may try to blame you. They may try to manipulate your gut. Yes, they may try to manipulate your guilt, but none of it works the same anymore because you are awakened. The strength in walking away is not easy for an empath. Walking away is not easy for an empath. You don't just lose a person. You lose the version of them you believed in, the future you imagined, the emotional investment you poured in. But you walk anyway, not because it doesn't hurt, but because staying hurts more, and that is strength. Once you detach, the real journey starts. The healing begins. You begin to reconnect with yourself. You begin to rebuild your boundaries. You begin to understand your worth. You begin to reflect on what you tolerated. You realize something powerful, that you were never too much, that you were just giving too much to someone who couldn't appreciate it. The lesson learned is that being broken teaches an empath things they will never learn otherwise. You learn not everyone deserves access to your heart. You learn empathy without boundaries is self-destruction. You learn love should not feel like survival. You learn respect is non-negotiable. You learn, and most importantly, you learn to choose yourself. You are still kind, but now you are discerning. You are still compassionate, but now you have limits. You still love deeply, but now you love wisely. The difference is subtle but powerful. You are no longer easily accessible. You are no longer easily manipulated. You are no longer easily broken. Now, and so to summarize this video, let's look at who that narcissist is. A narcissist is a selfish, self-centered, egocentric, egotistic individual. Narcissists, they use, then discard you. A narcissist is a master manipulator. Narcissists are individuals who lack empathy. They need constant attention, constant validation, constant praise, constant admiration. They want acknowledgement and to be clapped for all the time. A narcissist's main mission is to control you. A narcissist's main mission is to hurt you, to punish you, to destroy you. They only know how to take. Giving must be accompanied by some mission to use you and then discard you. Narcissists are very arrogant and boastful creatures. They believe they are special, unique, and more important than others. When you're dealing with a narcissist, you're dealing with someone who will not waste time to throw you away once you're not useful to them. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. And make sure you share this video widely to all those who may need it. Remember, knowledge is power, information is power, and learning is the superpower. Thank you.